this is Nathaniel from Adventura, and today I am just going to be by myself. I had mentioned in the video for Nemophila for the video Go that if I ended up getting the lyrics, I would like to revisit them. And we actually have the lyrics now. It was a newer song when we reacted to it. And as you know, if y'all been watching this long enough, you know I love me some lyrics, right? That is kind of the bread and butter for music to me. I do obviously enjoy the sounds and the harmonies, but at the end of the day, I really love diving into lyrics and just learning, the journey, the stories, the emotions, or just the funness. I mean, there's a huge variety in everything that we listen to. So, with that said, I am going to go ahead and pull up. So this is a translated lyric. So I will just say maybe a little bit, uh, you know, salt, grain of salt, right? There's always just a possibility of that. But these are the Japanese lyrics that I have put through a translation. So it's probably not the exact, you know, exactly what would be put out there by someone who was physically translating them, but it's worked pretty well for me in the past. So let's dive in. So we got the first verse here. Learning from the bruises, the filth of the world, the unquenchable flame mocks the hypocrites. The earnestness cast aside just to survive. The fate of those forced to walk, hyenas of impermanence. So yeah, just right off the bat, this song definitely had such an intense feel to it that like it definitely made me think that we were going to have some really interesting lyrics. And right up front here, you definitely get that. I think when we were talking about the lyrics of kind of just the idea of what we knew, we had kind of the idea of karma, or like what you reap is what you sow, is kind of the vibe we were given. So right at the first part, we're just talking about effectively a lot of bad things, the filth of the world. um there's the unquenchable flame mocks the hypocrites. Not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but that does have the idea of karma in it, right? um and then the hyenas of impermanence is interesting. So this next line, this is what I think I've determined is the chorus of the song. So this voice cannot end simply by waiting for a meaningless death. The karma of resistance rusts once more, gnawing at my own claws. So, again, going back to that statement of just like some very intense lyrics. I mean, all of those are, yeah, just very intense. This voice cannot end simply by waiting for a meaningless death. I cannot. I will not just stay silent until I'm dead. There's stuff that has to be said. And then the karma of resistance rusts once more, gnawing at my own claws. Gnawing at my own claws, I think, is the thing that dive in there. It's just like this idea that I have this thing that like it almost feels like an unreleased energy that like needs to be released, right? Um, and obviously, I always want to preface, I haven't done a lot of these, but songs can definitely have different meanings. That was the first video I ever did, was just like me being very wrong about the lyrics to begin with and kind of wanting to revisit them. This is just revisiting for the first time, visiting for the first time, I suppose. There you go. Okay, verse 2, I think. Both right and left fall into emptiness, clinging to rotten straw for life. This fate draw upon myself through self-imposed bonds. Washing blood with blood, what a farce. Um, yeah, so kind of in the similar vein to verse 1, just not a lot of good things going on, right? Clinging to rotten straw for life, washing blood with blood. Yeah. Um, and then we do just kind of repeat our chorus a few times, it looks like. And obviously this is probably where we'd have the solo and stuff like that, but I don't have that. It's been a little bit since I've edited the video, so I didn't really map out where the lyrics were placed and stuff, so forgive that. But again, just to reiterate, if you want to go see us actually react to the video, it's already here. I probably linked it right there or there. I don't know. But there you go. So yeah, then you got this again. This voice cannot end merely by waiting for a meaningless death. The karma of resistance rusts once more, devouring my own claws. Yeah. So awesome, very intense. Like, um, I've already said intense so many times, but it really is. It's it's oddly like beautiful in a way too. It's very poetic. There's definitely metaphors going on here. I do think, some of this may be a little bit lost with the translation. There definitely seems to be some consistencies. You've got a lot of animal imagery with the hyenas and the claws. Um, so there may be some things that may tie in a bit better if I had a better translator, if I'm being honest. But ultimately, glad I did this. Hope y'all enjoyed at least a little bit of this. Again, if you want to actually go listen to the song, I'll link that and you can go check that out. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this. I will say I also know we have a video releasing tomorrow that also I didn't have lyrics for. That one I have again looked for. It's an unreleased song, so check that out tomorrow. And if anyone has that available, I would love to do this again with that song as well. So, um, but until next time, we'll talk to y'all later. I'll talk to you later.